Christine Squire, Director of Academic Services in Zionsville Community Schools. One of our goals as a school corporation is to make sure that all students have a strong foundation in literacy and numeracy. This presentation will focus specifically on foundational literacy. Over the past 10 years, more research has been completed on how children learn to read and the best ways to teach reading. You may have heard about the new science of reading. The term science of reading refers to the research that reading experts, especially cognitive scientists, have conducted on how we learn to read. Based on the science of reading, students need explicit instruction in the essential components of reading: phonological awareness, phonics, fluency, vocabulary, and reading comprehension. When we talk about the science of reading, we often hear about explicit and systematic phonics instruction. But reading instruction also should include work on vocabulary and strategic ways to read different texts to develop comprehension. Reading is a process. It is dependent upon skill development in 3 domains: automatic word recognition, those fluent word attack skills, language comprehension, making the meaning out of text, and strategic knowledge, knowing how to read different types of books. Each domain consists of sub-skills to master over time. There are many components of the Zionsville Community School Elementary Literacy Instruction Framework. Foundational skills include grammar, vocabulary, and foundational word study. Shared or close reading includes both foundational skill work and comprehension work, focusing on analyzing the text. And reading comprehension. During reading workshop, students practice their reading skills with individual books or in book clubs at their reading level and build reading stamina. We also focus on both fiction and nonfiction. And when teachers read interactive read-alouds, they focus on above grade level selections that are scaffolded to aid comprehension of those difficult texts. The 90-minute reading block occurs in all elementary grades. This block includes all aspects of reading instruction and is differentiated to meet the needs of our learners. The 90-minute reading block time periods shift from foundational skills focus in kindergarten to more close reading and building stamina in the older grades. Parents often wonder if their child struggles in reading, does that mean they have dyslexia? Dyslexia is a learning disorder that involves difficulty reading due to problems identifying specific speech sounds and learning how they relate to letters and words. Dyslexia affects areas of the brain that process language. People with dyslexia have normal intelligence and usually have normal vision. Most children with dyslexia can succeed in school with tutoring or specialized educational support. Emotional support also plays an important role, as children with dyslexia sometimes feel frustrated. There's no cure for dyslexia, but early assessment and intervention result in the best outcome. In Zionsville Community Schools and all districts across the state of Indiana, we screen for all 6 areas of foundational reading. These screeners give us indications of students who might be struggling in reading and provide us with the background knowledge to be able to intervene early on. While we don't officially diagnose dyslexia, that is often left up to a doctor, we do give parents information about special areas of reading where students need more help. In kindergarten, these screeners are assessed in December, and in first grade and second grade, screeners are administered in September. Classroom teachers administer the screeners in the following areas: phonological awareness, which is talking about identifying words that rhyme, or recognizing alliteration, segmenting a sentence into words, or identifying the syllables in a word. Sound symbol recognition, which we commonly talk about the sounds that letters make. Alphabetic knowledge, those individual letters. Decoding skills, which are recognizing the sounds that make up a word and what the words mean, commonly what we think of as reading. Rapid naming, the ability to name letters, sounds, or colors in an automatic manner. This tells us the ability of a child to quickly retrieve information. And encoding, using the sounds to build and write words. Multi-tiered systems of supports, often referred to as MTSS. After students in grades K through 2 take foundational literacy screeners, parents and guardians receive a report that indicate each of the 6 foundational areas and whether the student has mastered or is progressing in that area. Teachers meet with literacy coaches to create an MTSS plan for any student who is still progressing, and the plan is shared with parents' guardians. MTSS plans include research-based, systematic interventions. In Zionsville Community Schools, primary teachers, coaches, and special education teachers have been trained in Orton-Gillingham through the M.C. Rooney Foundation to be able to best serve students who have foundational reading problems at an early age. Students who continue to struggle with foundational skills in upper grades may be served through an MTSS plan or an IEP, Individualized Education Plan, where they continue to work on developmentally appropriate skills using evidence-based instruction. This may involve Tier 2 instruction in the classroom or Tier 3 instruction with a literacy specialist, supplemental teacher, or a special education teacher. Building-based teams meet regularly to review goals of students and to structure interventions to meet specific student needs. Students who come to school with an outside diagnosis of dyslexia are referred to school counselors, where they consult with literacy specialists to determine if additional assessments are needed to better diagnose school needs. Progress on interventions are closely monitored and shared with parents throughout the school year. MTSS is a framework for prevention and early intervention, which involves determining whether all students are learning and progressing adequately when provided with high-quality instruction and intervention. We believe that prevention is the best way to address a problem, and early intervention promotes academic and behavioral success. MTSS is the general education portion of Article 7, and it is designed to give students extra help when needed, who are not already identified as having specific educational needs. Occasionally, students do not respond to general education interventions and require more intensive interventions. A multidisciplinary team may conduct additional assessments to determine if a student has a specific learning disability. If a student does have a specific learning disability in reading, the teacher of record will work with parents, guardians, and teachers in a case conference to set specific reading goals based on the needs of the student. For more information about special education, please visit our website. If you'd like to learn more about reading foundations, please contact Christine Squire, Director of Academic Services. If you want to learn more about special education services, you can contact Casey Allen, Director of Unified Student Services. And for more general information about literacy instruction, please contact your building coaches.